A Song to the Tune of Love by It's_Kingston on AO3. Episode 4, Chapter 2, Pre-Chorus. The next time her phone chimed, it was 8:50 p.m. They postponed their order until now, sending Uraraka a text to ask her to pick it up. She replied, telling them she'll be back soon enough with it. Before she left, another of their unspoken rules came into effect. Uraraka fished for her earbuds, untangled them, and plugged them into her phone. "Thanks for trusting me," Toga said as she watched Uraraka open Spotify. "I know the war wasn't very good for you, not just for your future career." It's been hard." Uraraka paused, fiddling with her earbuds. "I was scared by every little thing. I couldn't breathe easy until I turned on every light I walked past because I just knew something was waiting there. I couldn't see it. Maybe someone." "I'm sorry," Toga murmured, moving a bit further away on the bench. "When we fought, when you came down through the ceiling, I thought that was my last stand. I thought you'd kill me." Uraraka stared down at the blade of grasses scraping over the concrete. Ankle level now. It needs to be mowed again. Toga watched on silently. "But actually getting to know you, it helped, I think. I don't think about turning on the living room light last night. You know, I went to go get water and I only turned on the kitchen one. The paranoia isn't as bad." "That's good," Toga said softly. "I'm not good with this kind of thing," she disclosed, holding her arms out slightly. "It's all right," Uraraka replied, moving into the hug. "It helps just putting it out there. I can't talk to my friends about this. They get too worried." She yawned, feeling her eyes begin to droop. "Tired?" Toga asked. "I didn't sleep well last night. Nightmares." Uraraka sighed, pushed off of Toga's shoulder. Before Toga could say anything, Uraraka kept talking. "About losing fights, not being able to save civilians, my friends dying. It just keeps me up. Even though it's all behind me, I won. I saved them. Hardly anyone on either side died. I had a few bad dreams after my quirk awakening," Toga revealed. She seemed hesitant to talk about it, like it was something she tried to lock away. "During the war? Before it. I almost died after Jin hardly saved me. I was so excited about my quirk awakening. It was the best feeling ever. I couldn't focus on my fight. I got hit and almost bled out. Dobby laughed when I was better. He said it was fitting, but for a few weeks after, sometimes I'd wake up and think I got hit again. I'd panic until I could get the light on and see that the wound was still closed." Toga touched her hand to her side. "That hasn't happened for a long time, though. I think it'll get better for you, too." Uraraka smiled sadly. "Yeah, I think so, too. It has been." She tried for confidence, tried to pretend she was doing better by the minute, and whether it was a fake-it-till-you-make-it situation or just the smile that Toga wore, Uraraka started to believe it. "Good. And Choco?" "Yeah?" "I wasn't gonna kill you. I never wanted to do that," Toga said firmly. "I just wanted to talk to you." "You had a knife." "I always have a knife or two, or three. I like them. You had your hero stuff, but that's only because you were in the field. It's the same thing. I promise I wasn't gonna hurt you badly." Toga cried. "Okay." Uraraka held her hands up. "I believe you. I wasn't even mad about it, just worried and a little scared." "I know." Toga held her hands out. "No hard feelings, right?" Uraraka took it without a moment of deliberation. "No hard feelings." Then she put her earbuds in, turned the music up, and sent a smile and thumbs up to Toga. She liked this part, listening to music and watching the sky. wondering what Toga was saying. She felt Toga lean against her shoulder, could vaguely feel the vibrations of speech, and wondered if Toga could hear her music. Uraraka wondered what kind of music Toga liked, if she even listened to any. Probably something upbeat and peppy, loud and maybe mainstream. Maybe she'd ask Toga, make a playlist for the two of them to listen to. Toga tapped on her shoulder, then smiled, mimicking, taking out the earbuds like she always did. I like that song, she said. Oh, really? I thought you liked something completely different. Uraraka chuckled. I like the ones that sound good, and that's it. Jin and me always sing along when it comes on the radio, and we even got compressed in too. Toga exclaimed. Oh yeah? How is Mr. Compressed? He was hospitalized too, right? She asked. Yeah, he's gonna get better soon. He needs some extra time and medicine, but they said he's gonna be okay by the end of it. Revealed Toga. Glad to hear it. Uraraka's phone chimed again. Damn, it's already 9:10? She chuckled. I'm super late now. I've gotta run. See you next Friday, Chaco? Toga grinned. See you next Friday. She called back, turning around to wave before running off towards the pizza place. I know you're going out with someone, Ochako. Mina jumped off the couch, pointed at her as she came in. Why else would you be so late? Because I got caught up talking to a friend. We just hang out, same as I do with you. Uraraka replied. She put the boxes of, slightly cold, pizza on the counter. I kind of forgot to get it on time, though. Sorry. She laughed awkwardly. Cold pizza, it's pizza nonetheless, Kaminari declared, falling over the back of the couch. I'll blow the damn pizza up and make it hot again. Bakugou stood from the armchair towards the corner. Uraraka wondered if they were all just waiting for dinner, or if there was a movie night planned. That sounds so manly. Kirishima grinned, clasping Bakugou on the back. The latter spun around, tried to hit him, but his punch slid off the newly hardened skin on Kirishima's face. Ha! Too slow. Come on! Midoriya laughed. Let's eat and quit fighting. Aizawa-sensei would get mad if he saw. Are you guys having a movie night? Uraraka asked. Yeah. Jiro joined the group, forming at the table. Me and Mina were gonna watch something, but she invited everyone else too. Jiro shrugged. Might have been my fault. I was messing with her earlier, but only because she started it. She replied. Figures. Jiro laughed. I heard her yell something as you left earlier. Who didn't? Kaminari chuckled. He was already starting on his second slice of pizza. Rude. Ashido smacked him on the back of the head, causing him to fumble his pizza. Midoriya caught it in one hand and offered it back to Kaminari. Thank you, he cried, hugging Midoriya. You're welcome. Midoriya laughed. Oh, and thank you for picking up dinner for us, Ochako. No problem. Sorry it's cold. I think Todoroki over by the couch could always ask him to warm it up. Kaminari said. We have a microwave, remember? A really nice one that I made. Momo chimed in from beside Ida. Oh, yeah. Kaminari rubbed the back of his head with his free hand. Forgot. Why'd no one tell me there was pizza here? Ashido said as she appeared from the hall. I just got back with it. Uraraka explained. Yeah, I was gonna come get you in a minute. Sooo. Midoriya corrected. Asui glared playfully at him before hopping over to get some pizza too. Speaking of, is this everyone? Uraraka asked. Everyone who wanted to watch movies, yeah. We're missing a few for pizza. Jiro said. We should probably get them here before we run out of pizza. Kaminari sighed. Less for us, though. Oh, shut it, Pikachu. Jiro teased. You're on your third slice. You aren't gonna starve. Kaminari lowered the slice back down into the box slightly, earning a gasp from Ashido. Kaminari, Dinky, you better pick that up right now. Ain't no one having your hands on your pizza. Ashido smacked his shoulder until he complied, removing the slice with a laugh. Good thing I'm still hungry. Of course you are. Midoriya chuckled. Come on, Pika. We gotta collect the others. Mina, you wanna tag along? Jiro asked. Sure. Ashido grinned. She looked over at Uraraka, who pulled a smirk. Ashido stuck her tongue out at Uraraka before heading out with the others, too. I'm gonna go eat in my room. I've got a little bit of homework left that needs to be turned in on Monday. I really want my weekend free. Uraraka sighed. Yeah, I finished mine earlier. It isn't so bad. Ashido replied. You could probably get that last sheet. The heroics on the path paper, done it in an hour tops. Really? That's great. Uraraka smiled. She loaded 2 slices of pizza onto a plate and headed off. I'll come hang out if you guys are still watching movies when I'm done. I think it's gonna be an all-night movie marathon, Midoriya exclaimed. I wanted to do one of these ever since I was a little kid, but I can never stay up all night with my mom. He sighed, then smiled. I bet I could do it now. They shared a laugh at his excitement before Uraraka walked down the hall, closing the door behind her, and she sat down at her desk to work. Okay, I knew I could take it off, and not take it off, but like finish it in 2 parts, this chapter. I think maybe each chapter is going to be a 2-parter. Each one is going to be, oh well, actually, number 3 seems to be longer. Who knows? Okay, sorry, I'm a narrator voice though. Okay. But chapter 3 is called Chorus. Is each one gonna be something like that, like pre-chorus, chorus, bridge, stuff like that? Hey, this is my second time using rich text. I think I've got the hang of it now, but feel free to point out anything that could be formatted better or utilized more. What is rich text? As in like, what's it called? Fancy words? If I ever wanna, I just realized I have my personal fancy word finder. I could text my significant other and be like, hey, yo, can you tell me a fancy way to say this? And they'll tell me that. How do I know? Because they're a nerd. They're going to a nerd school for nerds. Nerdy stuff. Half the time when they're texting me, I'm like, dude, I love you so much. Really? You are the love of my life and I love you a lot. You are everything to me, but what the absolute fuck does this word mean? I don't say that. I search it up. I learn new words. They say that with a significant other, a good relationship is when both people grow and learn from one another. I learn really interesting words from them. What did they learn from me? I don't know, psychology stuff? What am I contributing? I'm contributing something, I think. Yeah. They're learning how relationships work. You know, considering this is their first one, and this is my, I'm not gonna mention how much, but I've been in a lot of relationships, so yeah, okay. On to the actual notes about this chapter. I think it's kind of sweet that they have a little tradition where Uraraka puts their earphones in, and then Toga just speaks freely. Psychologically wise, it's a safe way for Toga to unleash all her demons and fully be herself without the fear of rejection, which makes sense. Somebody who has attachment issues would probably be having difficulties speaking freely from the mind. It can be hard, it can be daunting, it can be scary. If I had the option to speak freely to my significant other, I speak freely to my significant other, that's not. If I had the option to speak freely to my friends, without the repercussions of them getting mad at me, without the repercussions of me getting rejected, without the repercussions of me getting, like any of that negative stuff, anything that I would consider rejection, right? And I don't mean like, oh, I get rejected romantically. I mean just rejection in general, whether it be like me saying like, oh, this thing that you do here, it bugs me, right? And then being like, oh yeah, well, blah, 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 right? That to me is a form of rejection. They rejected how I feel and invalidated my feelings indirectly. I don't think they actually mean to do stuff like that, but sometimes shit like that happens, right? It's happened in the past. But if I were to just sit and be able to just spill freely without the repercussions of that, obviously I would love for them to hear, but if, the price of that is that they can't hear, I would love to do that. It would release that part of our mind, right? Talking out your feelings is really good. And when you don't want to talk out your feelings and have someone hear, talking to yourself or journaling is really good to do. Journaling is a form of therapy. I used to journal. I still journal. Whenever I'm feeling like really, really down, I journal. I think I have a journal back when I was friends with a certain person who was really, really important in my life, and I'm still devastated that we're not friends anymore, right? Every time I do something that's like super like big and monumental, I feel devastated because they're not here for me to share with, right? Like this channel growing, hitting 4,000, stuff like that, where it's like, well, fuck, right? Like I have some back from like 2020 and stuff like that. What the fuck? The first thing I read from this journal is, I've been in love with you. What? What am I talking about? Oh. 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 Okay. Alright. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, I'm reading this shit. Yeah. 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 I'll read this out loud just because I feel comfortable with this. And because you guys don't know who it is. Have you moved on? Are you just leading me on and toying with me? Please, I need you to let me know when I need to move on. I don't want to move on, but I don't want to be some dog chasing their own tail. Yeah, shit. That's deep. Because I can't stop loving you so easy. I'm so deep in these emotions, I can't just stop them. And I feel as though part of me will always love you. Part of me will always love them. Not romantically, platonically. Well, I mean, I feel when it comes to love and stuff like that, I feel like you love someone no matter what. Like, you always love that person. Hold on with me. Hold on with me. When it's love, not just like, oh, I like this person, right? I still love my first, and I still love my second love. But I don't love them right now. I love my first love, but I don't like them who they are now, right? They're now, what? They're going into college. Actually, I don't know if they're going into college, but now they're doing stuff, they're following their dreams, whatever. I don't know that person. I don't know that person. I love who they used to be, who they were when I was loving them currently, when in present time. Back in, I love 2020 them, 2020, 2019 them. That's who I love. That's who I love. I love them. I love, this is gonna sound so bad out of context, but I love 15-year-old them. Because back when we were both 15-year-olds, I loved them, right? And that's who I love. And still part of me, yeah, I look back at that and I have fond feelings and fond emotions because, yeah, I love that person and I still love that person. But if we were to meet today, I don't love who they are now because I don't know who they are now. Unfortunately, we drifted apart. It was nothing like a bad breakup or anything like that. It wasn't even technically a breakup. We never were together. But like, you know, drifted apart. Shit happens. Things happen. People move on. Interests, you know, stuff like that. We're still chill and nothing against the person. But like, I love who they used to be. I don't love who they are now. I don't know who they are now. Who they are now is a stranger. As for my second love, I love them. I don't love them now. I don't know who this person who turned out to be. I don't know where that person who I loved is. That one's harder because I had to sit there and watch the person I love transform into an absolute fucking stranger. That little note that I said, that's about them. That's about them. The whole leading me on, because I did feel led on. I still to this day don't know if I was being fucking led on. If I was just being toyed with. Point taken is, that one is a bit harder because I watched the person I love turn into someone I don't fucking know. Right? And then that romantic love turned to platonic love. And platonically, I still love them. I still miss them. I still want our friendship back. This was my best friend. And I miss him. But I don't know who the fuck it is. I'm reminiscing on a past. So I always believe that you will always love someone, even if the person you love is no longer who they are. You love their past selves. You love the remnants of who they used to be. But people change. People grow. Things happen. People fall, out of love with someone And most likely it's not like they did anything wrong, it's just simply that you changed to a person that person couldn't love. Oh my god, I'm going so sidetracked. As always, my raindrops, make sure to eat, sleep, drink water, take your meds. Have a wonderful day or night. Link to my Discord server and socials are down in the description. Subscribe to see more of my content, and thank you so much for watching.